video in a while, but stuff happens, so c'est la vie. Anyway, I wanted to show you some stuff I picked up today because I actually got to go shopping for the first time in a good while because I got my paycheck for my new job last Friday, so I had money to spend. And I also had to pick up some basics because I have a show opening this weekend. If you don't know, I actually do theater. So whenever I say I have a show, it means like a play or a musical or anything like that. And for that reason, tonight is my first dress rehearsal. We had one before, but I couldn't be there that day because I had to work. But for that reason, my hair is all kinds of crazy right now, and I have pretty much no makeup on because in a couple hours I'm going to be pulling it all up with hairspray and putting on a bunch of makeup for that reason, and I just didn't want to deal with it twice. So yeah, I just was like, I'm just going to go as is right now. But anyway, I did have to pick up some items for that and a couple other items that just simply intrigued me. I did get a couple other items, but that I'm not going to show you because they're like Q-tips, and who wants to look at Q-tips on a YouTube video? And I also got some headphones because my puppy destroyed my headphones, but again, that's not something I'm going to show you because it's not really beauty or cosmetic related or interesting enough to step away from my norms, so I'm not going to show you that either. But I am going to show you some basics that I did pick up. The first thing I picked up was a new foundation. If you watch my videos, you know I typically don't go for liquid foundation. Just don't like the look and feel of it. But because I have a show, I do need a little bit more coverage and something that's going to last a while. So I ended up picking up the Almay TLC foundation. It's supposed to be, you know, long wearing, which is great when you're sweating under stage lights. And yeah, so I picked up this. It was between this and the Hard Candy Sheer Envy, but this one had more positive reviews, so I went with the Almay, which runs about $10, give or take some, depending where you get it. And the color I got it in was Sand, number 260. I haven't used it yet, but I did pick up on one pretty major con that I'm going to make you aware of if you're interested in purchasing this foundation. See this color? This was the second to darkest shade they had in my display. And obviously, I am far from the darkest skin tone out there. So that can be a pretty big con. And had they had the next darkest shade in, I probably would have gone with it because this is a little bit cooler than what I've been using. And especially on stage, the warmer foundation is better because it communicates better with the lighting. So yeah, that's a pretty big con. But I'm not sure how much of that is necessarily this line of foundations and how much of it is just my geographic area, because I live in an area where there really isn't a whole lot of people of African descent or Middle Eastern descent or any sort of descent that would be a darker skin tone. A lot of our stores don't really stock the darker foundations just because there aren't that many people that use them, so it doesn't sell as well. But even so, to be pretty much the darkest that's available, and in another store this was the darkest shade they had, that's pretty bad because I'm really not that dark. I'm like light medium, and so anyone darker than me is screwed pretty much. Anyway, I have to try it out and see how it works, and hopefully it'll work well. Then I went to Target and I picked up several things. First thing, picked up a sports bra. I thought the colors were cool. But yeah, because I work as a zipline guide, I find a sport bra more comfortable for the lifting and bending and all that stuff that I have to do. So I picked a new one up because mine are pretty shabby. And yeah, this one ran around $17, I think. So it's kind of expensive, but it's a pretty good one, so hopefully it'll be worth it. I also picked up this little glass jar with a lid. I plan to put cotton balls in it. I have a similar one for Q-tips, but I didn't have one big enough for cotton balls, so I bought this. It was about $5.75 on sale, so really not that bad. And then I went a little elf crazy. First of all, I wanted to pick up another one of these. It's their angled eyeliner brush. I have one. I love it for my cream eyeliner, which is what I use most of the time when I line my eyes. However, it's getting a little worse for wear, and plus I like to have a backup. That way I don't have to wash my brushes every single freaking day. I mean, because especially some days I just don't have the time when I do my makeup. So I also wanted a backup for that reason. But yeah, I just picked up one of these. $3 if you don't know, it's their studio line. I also picked up their dollar eyelash curler, because I have an eyelash curler that I like a lot, but when I do shows, I want to have a second eyelash curler. That way it can just stay with my stage makeup all the time, and I don't have to worry about, oh, did I remember to stow my eyelash curler in my kit when I'm going to the theater or not. If I have one that's already with it, I don't have to worry about that anymore, and it's $1, so yeah. I also picked up a primer, the e.l.f. Mineral Infused Face Primer. It also has a pump. I do have a primer. I have the old Rimmel primer, but it's a few years old, like my old foundation, which is also Rimmel, because I bought that several years ago. And I just thought, new foundation, I want to try a new primer as well. And it's just Studio Line, one of their $3 ones. So, yeah, I'll have to see how that works. And then the last item is just something that intrigued me that I'll try out with the show. It's the e.l.f. Studio Lip Primer and Plumper. And it's supposed to prep your lips for a base for lip color. I think it kind of neutralizes your lips. And it also has a plumper that's supposed to make them appear fuller. I don't know how well it's going to work, but anything that can make my lips look a little fuller, especially when I'm on stage, I'm all for it. So I'll have to see how that works. And that's everything I got from Target. Where else did it go? Oh, I did go to the bookstore. Because you probably know, if you watched my previous videos, I love to read. I do have a Kindle, but I do solidly prefer a physical book when I'm reading. So I did go to Books A Million, and I picked up 3 bargain books from the $3 shelf. So they're all YA. I've got Darkness Becomes Her by Kelly Keaton. Kind of looked intriguing. Yeah. Lost teen romance, post-apocalyptic stuff. Could be good, could be awful. Picked up World Shaker. Kind of sounds similar to Scott Westerfeld Leviathan World, because he lives on a ship in the upper decks class and the lower class, and that sort of steampunky dealio. Sounds like it's that kind of world. And then this one, Princess Ben, because it's fun, because it's princess, but she goes by Ben, because her name's like Benevolence. I'd go by Ben too, I think. But another one that looked interesting. And again, all these were $3, so $10 for the lot. So the last thing I picked up is something a little bit unexpected. I don't know how many of you have gone to your local craft store recently for your basic cosmetic needs, like tools and storage. Because if you haven't, you really should, because you can find some really great stuff for your cosmetic use. I mean, not necessarily cosmetics themselves, though you can find like soap kits and probably like lip balm kits and stuff like that. But just basic care and maintenance and storage, you can find some good stuff. I mean, you've got baskets, boxes, buckets, carts, sort of any sort of storage you'd need for your cosmetics, you could probably find it at your local craft store, because it's kind of like your own sort of your own sort of artistic tools is your makeup, and your face is your canvas. But not only that, you could also find cosmetic brushes and brush cleaners at the store for a fraction of the cost of other places. You can go through and find some good brushes that will work for eyeshadows and eyeliners and that sort of stuff for a lot cheaper than your high-end stores, but of much better quality than most of your drugstore products. Like, you can find a good foundation brush for like $15 and yeah, stuff that'll work. The only thing is you won't find too many face brushes that'll work well, but you can find a couple. But for eye brushes and things like that, band brushes, you can totally find things that'll work in the cosmetic or in the brush section. And then, of course, along with that, there's a lot of brush cleaners around the paint brushes. And you can get like little jars with scrubbing things at the bottom. Like, there's a couple kits like that, I think, for your cosmetic brushes with a little scrubby jar. But you can find one for like $5 or $6 at your local craft store, which is a fraction of the cost. Same thing with shampoos. Like, here's one I found. It's called the Masters Brush Cleaner and Preserver. This costs about $10, and it claims to be able to remove oils and acrylics, watercolors, stains, varnishes, all these sort of paints. But I figure if it can remove like varnish and oil paint, it can probably remove most of your makeup. And it also claims to be able to condition and preserve brushes, and it's supposed to work for sable, bristle, and synthetic brushes. So that pretty much covers all your cosmetic brush makeups. And basically all you have to do is add a little warm water to your brush, swirl it in this, work it into a lather, rinse it off, and you're good to go. I haven't used it yet, obviously. It's not opened. But I'm going to try it out and see how it works. And it claims to be safe and easy to use anywhere and anytime, so this will be great for traveling. Like, I usually use baby shampoo to clean my brushes, but that doesn't travel so well. And it was developed by an artist, and it claims to work on even the world's finest brushes. So your high-end brushes should be covered. And it works on oils, acrylics, watercolors, varnishes, glazes, and most synthetic finishes, and can restore most hardened brushes to like new. Actually, I think I'm just going to open it right now and see. Yeah. Oh, I forgot to mention you get 2.5 ounces. It's a little bit oily. The only downside I could think of to using something like this, there really isn't a ingredients list, so there could potentially be something in here that could mess with your skin or make you break out or clog your pores or something. So what I think I'll probably end up doing is use this for my primary washing, and then like add a little bit of shampoo, baby shampoo, just to wash off any sort of residue that might be left on it. But other than that, I'm thinking it will be a good thing to have. So yeah, I'll have to get back to you on that. And I think I'm going to actually look this up on the internet and see if I can't find an ingredients list to let you know what exactly is in here. But that is my little shopping haul today. Nothing super bright or fancy, but some good basics to look into. And yeah, so I'll have to get back on a couple things and try them out and let you know. But yeah, so as always, I hope you enjoyed and have a great day. Bye.